Ronda Rousey is the subject. Because actually what I saw was her entrance. I said somebody tweeted it, and as I was catching up with the Twitters and the tweeters, I did watch that where they played her music when the other girls were in the ring. Down she comes. It's Piper's jacket. I love that they're using the typeface or the logo, the art, Rowdy Ronda, the same as Hot Rod, you know. But then everybody started to speculate, and I don't know. You tell me, Brian. Do we know yet what? Even if they haven't announced it, has Dave Meltzer or somebody credible said what her match might be at WrestleMania, or is everybody just throwing shit out all over the place?
The speculation, and it's purely that at this point, is that they still want to go with the plan from 2 years ago, which would be Stephanie and Triple H versus The Rock and Ronda Rousey.
That's why, you know, when I first heard that she had made the entrance and I saw it, I said, okay, without knowing that they were just going to, and I mean, that's a WrestleMania match, but I know they're under pressure. WrestleMania has to deliver every year. I don't know what else they've got this year. I don't know if they're feeling like it needs a boost. I'm not in on any of these meetings. I don't know if they feel they have Ronda Rousey for a long period of time, or if they have confidence that she's not just going to try this out and it might not work out. I don't know any of the parameters. But somebody had asked me, how would you book Ronda Rousey if you were booking the wrestling company that she was in, right? And if that happened to be the WWE. And I wouldn't debut her at WrestleMania. I would build to the following year's WrestleMania. Unless they feel that they have to steal a house, that they have to drop the cow, as Saturday Night Live used to say, this year at WrestleMania and give them everything they possibly can, I would have waited and had her walk out at WrestleMania. And this is once again just me. I'm not blistering whatever the fuck they're going to do because I don't know. But I would have had a 1-year plan. I would have had her walk out at WrestleMania as the surprise, because that way, once again, the show got bigger and she had a presence on it, even if it wasn't advertised, but with the thought of giving everybody more than their money's worth at WrestleMania. And then I would have some type of announcement or press conference or combination covered on Raw the following night, or it might be in the ring or whatever the fuck, if they felt like they could get away with it live. But where Stephanie McMahon would announce the signing of Ronda Rousey, the hottest female MMA star in recorded history, et cetera, and put her over. And whatever's happened in the past couple of years is, there's water under the bridge, best for business, right? And just announce that she's come to the WWE and announce that on the next pay-per-view or possibly the one after that, she'll be making her pay-per-view wrestling debut and show training videos. I know this is old-fashioned, but do some cool shit with her and that intense look and the passion that she shows on her face with that fucking the game face that she would put on when she would walk out for her entrances, and show her mowing through people in the fucking in the ring, but doing her shit, not fucking doing tic tackles and flip flops, but taking people down and doing shit she would have done in the UFC, just in the different atmosphere. But and training physically and show all the shit that she can do physically. It's impressive in the way of exercises. And do the training videos for however long it fucking takes. That it starts, the news starts wearing off. And after a month or two, she has her pay-per-view debut against a girl that you've used as a heel and has a pretty good name, but more importantly is a decent worker to get over what we want to get done and not be awkward about it. But not that you're going forward with to have as one of your top 4 girls, because you're going to fucking beat her in pretty decisive fashion. Boom, the big build up, the big entrance, just like she used to. They fucking lock up and they do some good looking shit And I'm not talking once again about hitting the ropes and stuff. I'm talking about trying to take down, avoiding takedown, hold counter, and she arm bars that fucking girl and rips her shoulder, and she taps in 32 fucking seconds. And everybody's going to fucking blow, right? Because that's exactly what she got her famous to begin with. And, oh, that's cool. And it's a name. It's not a fucking, because you got to break some eggs to make lemonade, right? And then after that, they announced, well, ladies and gentlemen, Ronda Rousey is going to make her free television debut on Raw. Harken back to the days when you didn't see the big fights and the big boxing championships, etc. Making her debut on free television on Raw on such and such a date against another heel girl with a pretty good name, but not one of your top girls. But apparently they've got 30. They just did. And the same thing happens. The big entrance and the big fucking goddamn hoopla, and she arm bars that fucking girl in pretty decisive fashion in 27 seconds or 41 seconds or whatever, right? And right after that, she gets on the microphone and she challenges with the audience now, and you put it at the top of your fucking best quarter hour or best top of the hour for your best quarter hour of the fucking deal, whether it be if it's now. I heard now they're losing the audience. It used to be the last hour. Put it at the top of 9 o'clock, whatever. But it's Ronda Rousey's free television debut against such and such, and everybody's going to tune in. And right, that's right. When as soon as she beats this fucking girl, she gets on the microphone and says she wants a chance to be the WWE Women's Champion. She wants whoever the fuck is the champion. But all of a sudden, Stephanie interrupts, right? Now, you would think, and if they can get ESPN publicity, or if they can get all eyes that are interested in Ronda Rousey have been alerted to be watching this show. Stephanie comes to the ring, and in the way that, because she is a great promo, she kind of starts talking down a little bit to Ronda, putting her over, but talking down to her. You know, one of those type of deals where she's not that bright or whatever, but she's, we love you, but you don't understand maybe. See, a lot of people paid to see, the pay-per-view. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. A lot of people bought the network to see you, whatever the fuck, however the fucking money was derived from the big show. A lot of people spent that money, Rhonda, to see you, and you certainly did look great. You know, boy, but you beat poor old, Gladys McGee in 30-something seconds. And I understand emotions are riding high, and boy, that was very great debut, very good debut. But then when we advertised you on Raw, and now one of the biggest audiences has tuned in, we've had on Raw in so long to see you, and you've beat old Ethel Simpson in 27 seconds. We've tied up a lot of money in you, Rhonda. And we need more entertainment value out of you. And she basically starts telling Ronda she's not going long enough. She needs to, and Ronda finally says, wait a minute. Are you telling all my Rousey maniacs or whatever the fuck they are out here that I'm supposed to carry some of these bitches because you want me? And Stephanie says, well, it's just that when you're on TV, you don't get credit for the whole quarter hour unless you go more than 7.5 minutes and blah, blah, blah. And she said, no, I'm not going to carry these girls that I can fucking steamroller. She don't say fucking. Just because you want me on screen longer so that you can make more money off of me, lady. I'm not like all these guys that have to do what you say and not punch you in the face. Because if you get in my face, I will punch you, chick. And for once, fucking somebody bows up and talks back to her, and Stephanie shrinks off, right? But now, Stephanie tells the entire rest of the women's roster that there is a huge bonus involved to whoever puts this fucking Rousey chick in her place. Because I don't care if you beat her, but I want you to make her go as long to just keep her in the ring. We need ratings, etc. So the whole idea is These women are just going to keep fucking Ronda in the ring as long as they can. It doesn't matter now if they get 5 minutes and get beat, they still win. It gets them over, right? And besides that, it establishes the rivalry. And it didn't take me long to think about this if anybody likes it. If you don't like it, I didn't spend long thinking about this. But anyway, so over the next 2 or 3 months, you only have her wrestle maybe one time on the pay-per-view, but one time on free TV, or maybe she skips a pay-per-view and has a couple of free TV matches. See what the Raw ratings are. But for a couple months, and she wins with an armbar in under a minute and a half. And also the reason why it's not every week is because you can't go through the entire goddamn roster and then back around again. But all this time, she's calling out whoever the champion is. It's been kept away. And Stephanie can be saying, no, I'm not putting you in the goddamn ring with Ronda Rousey to whoever the champion is. You got to be out of your mind. She fucking armbars you. Ronda Rousey be the champion. Ah! Right? So, of course, that's what the people want to fucking see. And finally, the champion, because of some slight or insult that Ronda Rousey has done to finally goad her, she could come down the front row and sit there with fucking popcorn and throw it in her fucking face out of whatever the fuck. I'm not booking a whole year for them. They ain't going to use this shit anyway. But the point is, when the champion finally says, fuck it, I can take her, Stephanie, and you've also built the champion up, hopefully in her matches as well as somebody that could be competitive, which is a whole nother fucking offshoot of the angle, then maybe at Survivor Series you have the championship match where fucking Ronda Rousey challenges the champion and ends up winning the title with an armbar, but she goes 4 minutes and 36 seconds. And this is the goddamn big news. When she finally goes longer than a minute and a half, it's to win the championship at the big show, big pay-per-view. And then you've got fucking the winter is made there to the Rumble where Stephanie has to find somebody to take the fucking thing off of her. And has a few sacrificial lambs on the free TV. But then finally, Stephanie's got the big challenger that they've had 2 months to build up opposite and maybe get some heat on Rousey for the first time. There's where you do the first angle where somebody actually jumps her after she's already the champion and fucking roughs her up. So at the Royal Rumble, Ronda Rousey comes back defending against Stephanie's challenger. And they also go 4 or 5 fucking minutes. And because of Stephanie, there's some kind of goddamn fuck involved. And Ronda loses, but not loses knocked out, loses still up and conscious in such a way that she's still around. And Stephanie is fucking hugging her goddamn hand-picked challenger. And Ronda blows right into him and knocks that fucking girl to the fucking floor and grabs Stephanie and double legs her and starts wailing on her ass and turns her over in the middle of the goddamn ring and puts that fucking armbar on her. And Stephanie is goddamn tapping like a fucking telegraph operator. And here comes Triple H in his goddamn suit. But with the headset still on and unplugged as he's running from the gorilla position and drags Ronda Rousey off his fucking wife by the fucking left leg like, fuck you, bitch. Right? And goddamn it, and she starts to, maybe even if he turns around to see how Stephanie is, Ronda Rousey jumps on Triple H's back. Can you see this fucking picture? Yeah. God damn, and she's riding him and he's trying to like get a cat off his fucking back and he mares her over just because she's going for his eyes and she takes one bump. This is wrestling, folks. I know they can't do it anymore, but fuck it, it would fucking draw. And she takes the one bump and security comes in and is holding her back and checking on fucking Stephanie and Triple H is freaked out. And that's the Royal Rumble. The next night on Raw, Triple H cuts a promo about how this crazy lunatic physically attacked his wife, and as a result, she has been defeated for the women's championship, and also now she's being suspended. We're not allowing her in the goddamn ring anymore, and out of the fucking crowd, over the rail in the back of the camera shot, you see some fucking big-ass guy come over the goddamn rail. It's fucking Travis Brown. It's her goddamn husband. He hits out from literally runs from the popcorn stand into the arena for everybody to see and jumps the fucking rail with security trying to get after him and tackles fucking Triple H and starts wailing the fuck out of him. And everybody hits the ring. Goddamn, here comes fucking Stephanie what the fuck chaos. And then you got from fucking Raw after the Rumble to WrestleMania to have Ronda Rousey and her real husband against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And that's at WrestleMania. That's the way I would do it. But what do I know? What do you think, Brian?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let me ask you, I know you don't want to work any more shows where there are wrestling matches. What if it was an office where they promoted wrestling matches?
Would it be located in Jefferson County, Kentucky?
That might be a hitch.
Yeah, see, that'd probably be a hitch there. No. But no, but I mean, fuck, you've got a year's worth of a real life fucking deal there. I just wouldn't rush her. But once again, maybe they don't think she would be that. She's around for that long, or her deal isn't around. I don't know what the deals are and everything. But in an old time world, that's the way I would put Ronda Rousey in wrestling.
I just hope they don't have her working like everyone else. Like, she shouldn't be doing everything the way a professional wrestler should.
No, Jesus Christ. Well, but here's the thing with it, if Stephanie is her opponent on the other side, she's not really going to be, because I mean, Stephanie can take a few bumps, but I am not, she hasn't been having matches, has she?
No, she's been training at their facility, but... No,
I mean Stephanie. It's not like Stephanie's doing fucking Shane shit, right? I mean, I wouldn't put it past her to try. See, that's almost like if you've got two guys like Triple H and The Rock in there, you could have two DJs from the fucking radio station. They will be able to limit Stephanie and Ronda's activity to only really good stuff at really meaningful moments, and it won't be difficult for something like that. But for her to be in a single match against somebody that no, she doesn't need to be doing any kind of fucking pro wrestling stuff per se, because that would kind of violate the whole gist of why she's over to begin with. I think they need to treat her more than just like a female Brock. They need to go more shoot with Ronda than they did with Brock, because Brock was already a trained and accomplished and experienced professional. So he could mix his real shit in with some wrestling, and it didn't look like tits on a boar hog, as my Aunt Lola might say. So with her not having that much experience, I would err on the side of safety and once again keep everything short on the main stage. Maybe have her work goddamn, NXT shows as Lady Satan under the fucking hood, for fuck's sake. Cora Combs may sell her a gimmick, an outfit, just so she gets some experience, but it's not, it doesn't count. That's just me.
Yeah, I hope it all works out well, but the way I expect it to play out is, between now and WrestleMania, there'll be a few stupid things that make you question what their planning is, and then after WrestleMania, they'll completely screw up however the best way to manage Ronda is. But I think we'll get to Mania without any big screw-ups, but after Mania, they'll just lose the plot like they always do.
You're so sour. You've become me now.
I'm honest. It's what happens.